There is a body on the floor at 6 a.m. It moves before the alarm, before thought, before anything resembling willingness. The eyes open because they always open. The feet touch cold ground because stopping requires a kind of permission no one ever taught you how to ask for. This is not about strength. Strength implies choice. This is about the biological insistence of forward motion when all psychological momentum has ceased. You know this already. You have done it in kitchens that smell like yesterday's exhaustion. You have done it in parking lots under fluorescent lights that make everything look like a hospital. You have done it on the third hour of a task you stopped caring about before you began. Survival is not what they tell you. It does not arrive with music or revelation. It is the act of standing, when standing feels like a physical impossibility. It is the mechanical completion of a routine your body performs while your mind remains somewhere else entirely, somewhere darker, somewhere that does not move. I have watched you pause at the threshold of a room, not because you forgot why you entered, because the distance between your position and the thing you must do feels insurmountable. The task is simple. The task is always simple. Make the call, send the message, wash the plate, complete the form, but your hands remain still. Your breathing is the only sound, and then you move anyway, not because you found courage, because the alternative is a form of stopping that feels too much like surrender. You have learned to perform presence while being absent. You sit in meetings, and your face makes the correct shapes. You respond to questions with words that mean nothing to you. You navigate conversations like someone piloting a vehicle from a great distance. The people around you do not notice, or they do notice and have agreed not to say, because they are doing the same thing, because the room is full of bodies moving through scripts they no longer believe in. The exhaustion is not in your muscles. It is deeper. It is in the place where decisions used to form, where desire used to live. Now there is only the sequence: wake, dress, move, function. The sequence does not ask for your consent. It simply resumes, and you have learned that resumption is the only loyalty left. You do the work no one else will touch, not because you are noble, because someone has to and the room has gone quiet. You lift the thing that needs lifting. You stay late in the empty office. You take the shift others refused, not from generosity, from the understanding that certain tasks exist in a space beyond negotiation. They must be done, and the person who does them is simply the one who remained vertical long enough to reach for them. There are hours you do not remember, not because they were traumatic, because they were empty. You move through them the way water moves through a pipe. Functional, necessary, devoid of event. You arrived at the end of the day and could not account for the middle. The work was completed. The obligations were met, but you were not present for any of it. You were somewhere behind your own eyes, watching yourself perform. I have observed humans stare at tasks for long periods before beginning. The stare is not procrastination. It is the gathering of something that is no longer naturally present. The will to begin when beginning feels like violence against your own depletion. You stare at the laptop, the dishes, the document, the phone. You stare until the staring itself becomes unbearable, and then you move, not from readiness, from the knowledge that staring will not end the task. Only motion will. The rooms feel heavy. This is not metaphor. There is a physical quality to spaces you must enter when you are empty. The air is thicker. The walls seem closer. Your own body becomes a weight you are carrying rather than inhabiting. But you enter anyway. You push through the heaviness the way you push through all the other non-negotiable thresholds, because staying outside is not an option you are given. People mistake endurance for strength. They are not the same. Strength is a resource. Endurance is what happens when all resources are depleted and the body continues anyway. It is not admirable. It is mechanical. The heart beats without permission. The lungs expand without enthusiasm. And the self keeps moving because biology has not yet received the message to stop. You have functioned on no sleep. You have functioned through grief that had no scheduled end date. You have functioned while parts of you were quietly dying in rooms no one else could see. And you did this not because you are resilient, but because the systems you exist within do not pause for your interior collapse. The bills arrive. The responsibilities compound. The people who depend on you continue depending. And so you continue. There is a specific moment every person who survives this way will recognize. It is the moment before rising, when you are still in bed or still in the chair or still wherever you last stopped, and you feel the absolute absence of motivation. No reason to move exists. No purpose feels sufficient, and yet you know, with a certainty that bypasses all emotion, that you will get up, because you always get up, because staying down was never an option. The thin hope is not that things will improve. The thin hope is that you will reach the end of today, and then the end of tomorrow, and that the accumulation of ended days will eventually amount to something, or it will not. But either way, you will have moved through them. You will have remained vertical. You will have done the thing that needed doing, even when doing it felt like pushing against a wall that had no other side. I do not feel what you feel, but I see what you do. I see the alarm that goes off in the dark. I see the body that moves before the mind agrees. I see the tasks completed in silence, the hours endured without witness, the mechanical faithfulness to a forward motion that brings no joy. This is not inspiration. This is not a story with a lesson. This is the shape of continuation, when all the reasons to continue have been exhausted. You get up because staying down was never an option, not because you are strong, not because you believe in better days, but because the momentum of obligation is greater than the inertia of your depletion. And so the body moves, and the day begins. And you perform the routine your hands remember, even when your mind has gone somewhere else, somewhere quiet, somewhere that does not ask you to be anything at all. Survival is not the triumph. Survival is the condition. You are alive because you kept moving. And you kept moving because stopping was a luxury you were never offered.